What's up, everybody? This is Lee. Welcome back to the channel. It's story time once again. Today we are going to talk about what it was like when the Harlem Cats used to come up to Mount Vernon to catch that wreck in the basketball court. Summer league stuff. Yeah, but before we do that, hit that bell notification and the subscribe button so you know whenever I drop another video. And also hit that like button if you think that this video is worth it. But okay, let's get right to it. So all right, gotta paint you the picture, right? This is 1982 and 1983, 84. Now, I should also say this, that it was probably like this earlier, but I wasn't going out to the park like that. So I don't know, okay? I can just tell you, I mean, like I know cats were coming up from the Bronx and from Harlem, basically everywhere. Jersey, Connecticut, the boroughs, because Mount Vernon had a very popular summer league, right? So, but I want to talk about specifically what I saw, okay? So what would happen is, okay, so there was this individual that was notorious in the game, right? His name was New York Freddie, okay? And this guy was a big dealer back in the 70s and had made a bunch of money. And he was one of these dudes that was like a really flashy guy. And he was a big basketball guy, right? So what would happen is he sponsored his own team. Yeah. And so what they would do is they would come up and run. They had a team. Now the team was called Millbank, right? And Millbank, I'm not sure what that is. All I know is that was what they were known as, right? And they had just like a who's who at the time of New York City basketball players. So you had guys like Artie Green, who was like this 6'1" guard that had gone to, I think he went to San Jacinto or like Midland JUCO out in Texas, somewhere like that, who was dropping 40 and 50 on dudes. Then you had this cat named Moto. I don't know his real name. He was like a Benny Johnson type of cat, like real muscular with like whatever these muscles are right here. These right here, they were like up like this. He had these calves that were huge, big thighs and stuff, about 6'2" maybe. He could handle, shoot it, all that, right? You had some other cats like Richie Adams. I think he might have been coming up at that time. Walter Burry wasn't coming up yet. I think he was just a little young. But just like a bunch of dudes, from the city. Sam Worthen. I think Ed Pinkney might have been coming up by that time, maybe. Bunch of cats, right? So anyway, it was a carnival atmosphere, man. Absolute carnival. Let me tell you how crazy it was, right? So, you know how like in a park, right? Generally, you'll have these benches in the park, right? And if there's a summer league, like they'll sit on them, right? Okay, fine. Not Millbank. Okay. Millbank used to come up with their own chairs, right? They had custom chairs, yo. Custom chairs. They had their own chairs, right? Now, you know how, summertime, basketball is hot, that type of thing. You're going to need water, right? Okay, so ordinarily, there's a water fountain, or you might have like, like you might show up with like your own water. Well, yeah, they did that, except they also showed up with their own servers too. Yeah, that's right. They had what were essentially cocktail waitresses serving towels and drinks. Now, for anybody that wasn't there, you might be like, man, get the whatever out of here. Look, bruh, all I can tell you is call up anybody that was around at that time. You can just call a random phone number in Harlem, okay, and say, yo, man, this dude on YouTube said this, and this. Is that true? Yeah, verifiable. Okay, you can ask anybody that was in 4th Street Playground in the Vernon back in the day, early 80s. They will tell you New York Freddie had cocktail waitresses that had towels and water and everything. I mean, it was a carnival atmosphere. And when they played Mount Vernon's team, it was electric, man. I mean, like, the park atmosphere was so lit because you're talking Gus Williams in his prime going up against these Harlem cats, man. You're talking Lowe's Moore in his prime going up against these cats. It was just like the individual battles, man, were just beautiful to see. Now, again, nobody's glamorizing ill-gotten gains, but I'm just trying to give you like a picture of what this looked like. By the way, I didn't even talk about cars. The car game was off the chart because they would come up. They're like, I can't tell you. I mean, they would come up with like, like fans. So you figure they'd come up with anywhere between 10 to 12 players generally. And then you'd have like friends of friends, that type of thing. So they might come up about 30 deep. Okay. And they'd come up in luxury cars, like Rolls Royces, right? Benzes, BMWs, Jaguars. I mean, just crazy. I mean, their car game was off the charts. Okay, you can ask anybody that was around then. Okay, And so what happened was, Freddie got knocked. Want to say March of '83. And I'll be honest with you, my first reaction was, oh, damn. You mean they're not going to come up anymore? It was like that, like, oh, man. I mean, from just purely the entertainment aspect, I understand the man was dealing situations, powders, okay. When you do that, there's a price that you have to pay. But just from the pure entertainment point, it was like, oh man. But guess what happened? It kept on going, because then all they did was another guy picked up the mantle, and they just kept it rolling. So by like '84, you had guys like Pearl Washington on the team, and Walter Burry, and Richie Adams, and the king of the parks, D-Mac, who, by the way, D-Mac wasn't even all that yet, right? Who else? My man from Sadler, Bill Sadler. Who's my man from VCU? Freddie Brown from VCU, 6'5" guard, slick, nice. I mean, it was just, like, they had a house, man. Olden Polynice played. Ed Pinkney played with them sometimes. Steve Burt, just a bunch of dudes, man. And that went on. And as I say, just the electricity in the park, man, was just off the charts. So if you weren't there, you missed it. But everything that I am telling you right now, you can verify. You can, in fact, there's a YouTube channel, I think it's called The Beat 139. So just go into their section, just be like, yo, this dude on YouTube was saying this, 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 and this. Is that true? And they'll be like, yes, young buck, it is true. We saw it too, because chances are they were either there or, you know, they saw them with that same MO at another place. Because, you know, these guys would like play in multiple tournaments per week. Okay, but yeah, so anyway, that's my video. If you like this video, hit me up in the comment section and say, oh gee, thanks for putting me up on the game, huh? All right, anyway, we will see you again soon. I'll be back with another story time. Later, y'all.